Hello again, fight fans. Welcome back to Icon TV. This is your host, Mac McNulty. Tonight we have a very, very special episode for you. We'll be providing a preview and analysis of every mind-blowing fight from Icon's Superfight One, an event which I expect will prove to be one of the most groundbreaking moments in MMATycoon history. First off, I'd like to thank our sponsors, Syndicate Drugs in Rio de Janeiro, Hell's Balls Fightwear, which has just moved to Amsterdam if you can't find them, and Crown Supplements here in Los Angeles. Super fights are finally here, folks. 7 orgs from around the world. Icon Angels of Death in Los Angeles. Icon Kings of Rio in Rio de Janeiro. Icon Rising Sun in Tokyo. Icon Ring of Fire in Hilo. Icon The Manhattan Project in New York. Icon Revolution in St. Petersburg. And Icon Warriors Fight Club in Montreal have all come together, and our first super fight is here, with some of the top representatives from each org coming here to Los Angeles to begin a tourney that will eventually crown the Icon World Bantamweight Champion. Here's how the tournament is laid out. Our winners from this week's event will fight in Superfight 3 in Montreal for the semifinals, with the winners there moving on to the finals in New York on January 16th, where the first Icon World Champion will be named. Let's take a look at our first round matchups. In the first fight of our top bracket, we have one of the most anticipated fights of the entire tournament. Neo Nova clashes with Gianfranco Zolo. Nova is the bantamweight champion of both Fight World International and Icon Angels of Death, and has finished some very impressive opponents in his short MMA career. Gianfranco Zolo is champion of King of Rio's bantamweight division, and at one time has been ranked the #1 135-pound fighter in the world. You've got to credit Neo Nova here. The kid's got guts. Zola is a very tough and seasoned opponent that has finished all 13 of his victories via submission. Nova is more well-rounded, but a fight with a grizzled veteran like Zola is never easy. Look for Nova to use his height and reach to keep Zola and his takedown attempts at bay. Also in the top bracket, Jesus Sanchez versus Jack Napier Jr. Jack the Joker Napier comes to the tournament from New York, where he has become one of the world's elite practitioners of jiu-jitsu and is undefeated coming into the tournament. He faces a tough match in Jesus Sanchez, a grizzly veteran who is also from LA and took the opportunity to join the tournament as a last-minute alternate. Sanchez is a former champion of Los Angeles' Assassin's Fight Club, whose striking will pose a serious threat to the chin of Napier. Look for this fight to be a great clash of styles, where Napier will try to take this fight to the ground and Sanchez will be trying to land the knockout blow early. In the bottom bracket, our first fight is Herb Everyday versus Masato Taikaya. Smokin' Herb Everyday is a Jamaican-born fighter representing Icon Revolution in St. Petersburg and is on an extremely great 6-fight winning streak. Masato Takaya is Tokyo's representative and has only recently signed with Icon Rising Sun. Takaya fought extensively with Choke in Tokyo and brings in a very impressive record into the tournament. When these two fight, you never know what's going to happen. Takaya has won equally with striking and grappling, while Everyday has finished all of his victories with submissions. This fight could very well get a nomination for Fight of the Year, as they jockey back and forth for position and use their strengths to gain an advantage. And in the fourth and final fight of the brackets, we have Nick Demetrio squaring off against Pili Pangi. Demetrio is the official wildcard of the tournament and also hails from Los Angeles, where he nearly won the 145-pound New Blood tournament and is now undefeated at 135 pounds. Pili Pangi comes to the tournament representing Hilo's Ring of Fire and will try to bring a Cinderella story to the tournament from the young city. This fight is a serious clash of styles. Demetrio has made a career of avoiding takedowns and outboxing his opponents. Pangi, however, has no qualms about his lack of striking. He wants only to take down his opponent and work for the tap out. The result of this fight is dependent on one thing. Can Pangi take down Demetrio? Only time will tell. So that's the super fight, folks. These guys aren't here for the money. They're not here for the bitches. They're here to fight the best in the world and prove themselves worthy of the title World Champion. And they'll all have their shot this weekend. University Park in Los Angeles. Don't miss it. And don't forget to place your bets at Icon Stakes here on the LA High Street. The rest of the card is absolutely stacked with great fights, including 3 unifying title fights between Combat Pro West champions and World Championship cage fight champions. Here's a quick preview of the rest of the card. To start the event, John Lingad meets Matthias Jensen in the lightweight division. Lingad, known more for his submission grappling, will have to switch gears to win this fight. Jensen is a dangerous submission artist that is coming off his first ever loss. Lingad will look to keep his fight standing and punish Jensen with strikes. Following that, Bullet Bookham and Pee Wee Herman will battle at 145 pounds. Bookham may be the smaller fighter, but he also has a lot more experience and is far more well-rounded. Herman has been able to get by on his submission game alone, but Bookham will look to deprive him of the opportunity by keeping the fight standing. In the third fight of the night, Buzz Sawyer will test his luck against Perry Cox. Sawyer has had trouble in the past against opponents that could shut down his grappling. Cox will certainly try to turn this into a boxing match where he has a definitive advantage. A win over Cox could be a sign that Buzz still has what it takes to get back to the top. On the other hand, Cox can make the argument for a title shot with a win over the imported former champion. Back in the heavyweight division, WCC champ Vladimir Drago will lock horns with Combat Pro West champion David Paul for the undisputed unified heavyweight championship. Drago is coming off his first title defense against Alex Jones and will be facing the toughest opponent of his career yet in David Paul. This fight is very evenly matched, but Paul, the larger fighter, has a slight wrestling advantage and may use that to dictate the pace of this bout. Drago is known for his unorthodox submission game, but has 3 KO losses to his credit. If Paul can test his chin, we may see a new undisputed heavyweight champion emerge. In the co-main event of the evening, WCC champ and bad boy Kevin Angelou and Combat Pro champ Luther Reinhardt will have a showdown for the middleweight title. Angelou has never been stopped, but Reinhardt will want to get this fight to the ground to avoid his boxing. If Reinhardt can work his submission game, he may be the first person yet to beat Angelou under the time limit. That, however, is easier said than done. Angelou has some of the best boxing in the sport and is a very tough man to take down. And in the main event of the evening, introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, managed by Sayushi Nara, sponsored by Blitzkrieg Supplements in Hilo and Crown Supplements in Los Angeles. Fighting out of Mary Gracie's Jiu-Jitsu, your reigning, defending WCC Assassins welterweight champion, Paulo D.D.R. Adel. And in the blue corner, managed by Face Kicker, sponsored by Predator Clothing in Los Angeles and by Bushido Clothing in Tokyo. Fighting out of Broken Halo Combat Club, Anaheim, your reigning, defending Combat Pro West welterweight champion, Yura the Fury Newbert. These fighters are virtually identical, except for one glaring difference. Newbert has far superior Muay Thai. Edel has been able to avoid a KO loss for his entire career so far, but Newbert may change that this weekend. Although Newbert has only ever lost by submission, and Edel has only won by submission. If Edel can force Newbert into a grappling war, he may be able to outwork his dangerous opponent and retain the welterweight champion of Icon. Well, that's a wrap, folks. We surely have one hell of an event to put on this weekend, and things are looking great for the future of Icon worldwide. Any fighters who are interested in being a part of these worldwide super fights, contact me, Mac McNulty, or any of the Icon worlds worldwide. Sign up, take over a division, and you will have the chance to become a world champion. We're always looking for business partners, so if you have a company and are interested in being a part of these videos and what Icon is doing, let us know, and hopefully we can work something out. Also, don't forget, the Ultimate Icon Welterweights, a brand new animated YouTube series, will be coming out around New Year's, featuring 8 of the funniest and most badass new fighters in the game today, with the winner getting a huge prize package and an opportunity to represent LA in the Icon Welterweight Superfight Tournament. Pick up your Team Sawyer or Team Diesel gear today at Hell's Bells Fightwear in Amsterdam. Thanks again, folks. I want to thank my great writer, Levi Jones, for doing such a fantastic job, and thanks to all the fighters in the org here who keep showing up on weight and beating the crap out of each other each and every week. If you want to see all this great action live, be sure to buy your ticket to the University Park box office as soon as possible. This event is certain to sell out in record time. Do not miss this historic event. Until next time, thanks for tuning in to Icon TV. Let's kick some ass.